Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Wizardry Workshop. In this video we're going to be making the Borgin and Burkes catalog, and I already did this one in the past, but this one is different. This is Tom Riddle's version. It's my own custom design. This one was a timed exclusive in my January 2020 Muggle Magic Mysery Box. There were two timed exclusive designs in there. One of them was the Secrets of the Darkest Art book cover, and the other one is this Borgin and Burkes catalog, Tom Riddle's copy. So it has his notes and things in there. We'll get into all that in just a minute. Go ahead and check out the description box below for a list of all the supplies you're gonna need, as well as the free downloadable templates, and let's get started. So what you are going to want to do here is obviously download and print the templates that I'm providing. I have 11 by 17 versions this is what I've printed here, the templates. And then I also am going to have 8.5 by 11 versions of the templates. So yeah, you want to print them double-sided. Print the interior pages on regular paper and the cover on cardstock. The 8.5 by 11 version is going to be put together pretty much the same way. You're just going to have to sort of piece together a couple of these. So like for each one of these pages, you're just going to piece them together. There's going to be two halves. You need to glue them in the middle. So this will be 2 pages glued together. This will be 2 pages glued together, blah, 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 all the way along until you are left with 11 by 17 templates, basically. So the first thing we want to do is staple these in the middle. To do this, I will be using a long reach stapler. You could also take some staples, like just 2 individual staples, and poke a couple of holes in here with a tack, push the staple through because it's going to have 2 basically teeth for this, and then flip it over and close them up on this end. If that's what you need to do, you can do it that way. You could also put a piece of cardboard underneath, open your stapler up, and staple it in the 2 spots in the middle here. Again, flip it back, pull the staples out of the cardboard, flip it back over, and then close the teeth on the inside. That also works. I recommend using a long reach stapler. Okay, so I am going to use a paper clamp to clamp all the pages together like this, and I'm going to make sure that they are stacked up as neatly as possible so that they're not like crooked underneath or anything. And then what we're gonna do is measure halfway down the page. So we know it is 17 inches across. So I am going to set this at 8.5 right here, so that now I know I'm going to be stapling directly in the middle of these pages. If you're using the 8.5 by 11 templates and you put them together, yours aren't going to be quite 11 by 17. They're going to be really close, so you'll want to measure those and set this at halfway, whatever that width is. You want 2 staples in here, so just try and get each one about 1/3 of the way. So that's 1/3 of the way from that side. That's about 1/3 of the way from that end. So now we have our staples in there. We can take our paper clamp off. I will fold the templates in half right where I stapled. So now we are left with this. And the next step, of course, is just to trim off all of the white space from around the templates. I would not recommend using scissors unless you don't care about having uneven or maybe even jagged edges on some parts. You could use, the best thing to do, which is what I would normally do, is use a paper cutter. But anyways, to use the ruler and X-Acto knife, we are going to line up where we want to cut with our ruler on top of a cutting mat, and then just follow along that edge with our X-Acto knife. And you're cutting through quite a few pages, so you're gonna have to go over the cut several times just to make sure that it goes all the way through. And once it does, you'll know because the pages will just kind of come loose like that. Now all that's left is, nope, the cover cut through too. So yeah. Now let's go ahead and just cut off the rest of the white space. And on the front, I did leave quite a bit of bleed, which is basically area that still has artwork or print color on it that you are allowed to cut off. And you want to kind of just eyeball it and make sure that the border, the lighter colored border, is about the same all the way around. So you don't want this large, like 1/4 inch part right here. You want it to be about, whatever that is, 1/8 of an inch or whatever it is. So to do that, I would kind of just put my ruler about where I think it should be cut, upside down, and then you can flip it, and then you've got it just about where you need it to be. And there we go. We have our Borgin and Burkes catalog. So now, what are the differences between this Borgin and Burkes catalog and the original one that I did? Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. So the original one that I did, this is actually the replica from the movie. And you can already see that the shapes on the front are different. I used more of like a square type shape, and this is a circle, of course. The pattern itself is different. So the pattern on the original looks like this, and the pattern on my newly designed one looks like this, and it has like dragons on it and other things that are pretty cool. So yeah, that's one difference. Also, you can see over here in the corner, it says 1961 in green ink. And that brings us to the next big difference, which is the interior. We have, this book is the property of Tom Riddle. Also, the green ink, so it's supposed to be, you know, this is Tom Riddle's copy. The items on the inside are completely different. Here's the original. It has the Hand of Glory. And then on this one, I have a giant's finger. So yeah, I picked completely different items to put on the inside of this, and I took as much creative liberty as I could without I didn't want to stray too much from what the book actually was. But I did make a couple of the pages black because I thought that was kind of a cool little touch to just kind of, you know, mix things up a bit, I guess. And this one only has like 4 inner pages, whereas my new design has several pages on the inside. 12 pages if you count both sides, I guess. So this has 12 pages, whereas if you count both sides, this one has 8. So yeah, it actually has quite a bit more stuff in it. And each item in here, I picked from like real cursed items or legends or things like that. So the giant's finger, this is actually a rumored thing that actually exists, and it's like a mummified giant's finger from ancient Egypt. So yeah, apparently it's this gigantic finger, and somehow no one knows where it is, but it popped up once and somebody bought it, and then they decided never to reveal it again. Sure, I'm sure that actually happened. So let's continue on. We have a cursed tablet, and this is from ancient Greece. It's just a tablet that has a curse inscribed on it. We also have the evil eye amulet, and the evil eye is a certain curse. We have the Dubuque box, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. I should probably have looked up a pronunciation before I started this video, but yeah, it's the Dubuque box or Dubuque box, I'm not sure. But apparently this is a cursed box that has a demon sealed inside of it, and everybody who has owned this box up to this point has had extremely bad luck and like nightmares about a hag and all this stuff. Very creepy stuff. This is a cursed mirror, the Mirror of Myrtles, and it's from Myrtle's Mansion, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure, but it is actually called the Mirror of Myrtles, and I thought that was cool because, you know, Moaning Myrtle. But anyways, apparently there are ghosts trapped in this mirror, and I think this comes from one of the most haunted houses that we know of, I guess. Now this is just random stuff. I just found a bunch of creepy looking stuff and put it on this page. Medieval torture devices, skulls that are like elongated skulls, voodoo dolls, things like that. Next we have the Hope Diamond. This is actually one of the most famous cursed diamonds in history, so you can look that up if you want to. This mysterious chalice is actually not a cursed item at all. I just put it in here because I wanted these notes from Tom Riddle, which we'll get into in a second. And then we have the Bellarmine jug, and these were apparently jugs that were used by witches for like certain rituals and crafty stuff. We have the Maori warrior masks. It's kind of a tongue twister. But these masks are said to be cursed. They are at a museum, and apparently if pregnant women walk too close to these masks, they have like complications, and apparently that's happened so much that they are now thought to be cursed. And then we have the Codex Gigas, and this is there's a really crazy story behind this book. Apparently there was somebody who, it's been a while since I read about this, but I think he was to be put to death the next morning, and then he promised he would like write the largest book in history or whatever that exists overnight in order to not be put to death in the morning, I believe. So when he was alone, he sold his soul in order to write this book. And if you look on the inside of this, look it up at all, there's like really creepy artwork of like the devil and like weird stuff. So yeah, that's creepy, and I thought it was fitting. And then I also have my Beyond the Darkest Arts book in here. And that was an Accio box design for the 7th book cover for Harry Potter. And right here we have Secrets of the Darkest Art. So this one is actually in the Borgin and Burkes catalog. We have Secrets of the Darkest Art, which is where Voldemort learned to make Horcruxes. Now let's go over Tom Riddle's notes. So I wanted, the mystery box for January was Tom Riddle themed, Voldemort themed. So I wanted to put things in there that could have come straight out of the wizarding world, and I think I did. If you haven't seen any of the unboxings, I will link Cherry Wallace's unboxing in the description box. I might do an unboxing myself if anybody really cares to see it, but I think Cherry did a great job of unboxing it and everything. So yeah, the 1961 note is the year that this came into Tom Riddle's possession. And I made all this up. This is just my own thing. It's not canon or anything. So, but Tom Riddle did, this is canon, work at Borgin and Burkes after Hogwarts. And while he was there, he was searching out the Hufflepuff's cup and the Slytherin locket. So he was looking for those 2 items to turn into Horcruxes, or just whatever items he wanted to turn into Horcruxes. So I kept that in mind as I wrote in here. So we have obviously property of Tom Riddle, and then on this one, he writes Horcrux candidate and circles it right there, a cursed tablet maybe, just kind of browsing and trying to find the best items to turn into Horcruxes. On this one, the cursed box, he's written cursed, save this one for Dumbledore the old fool, and drew arrows and circled the cursed box there. And then over here, this is why I put the cup in here, is because it's supposed to be like he thought maybe this was Hufflepuff's cup. And then over here he's written Hepzibah had the cup and the locket, now they're mine. And that's it. That's it for his notes in here. I thought it would be a really cool touch to have something almost like the Advanced Potion Making book, where it has Snape's handwriting in there, but something personalized with, Tom Riddle's handwriting in it. So yeah, that was the idea behind this. I am in my studio right now, which some of you might know is separate from my house, and I have been staying indoors as much as possible. The only reason I'm here right now is because I had some stuff to ship for Etsy purchases, and all of my stuff is here, my printer's here. Since I was here though, I thought I'd record a video, since I have been unable to do that. I think I'm just gonna take my cameras and things, maybe some lights home, and just record from home. Maybe bring some things that I've already printed out, already designed, I don't know. But I'm gonna bring some stuff home and hopefully get some new DIYs recorded for you guys on a regular basis. I know I've been kind of absent the past week or so, so I do apologize for that. I really hope you guys liked this. I had a lot of fun putting it together and adding Tom Riddle's notes and things into this Borgin and Burkes catalog. And if you'd like a chance at winning the catalog that I made in this video today, there's a giveaway link in the description box below. Down there you're also going to find my 60K giveaway, which is for a Muggle Magic Mystery Box. Well, let's say Wizardry Workshop Mystery Box, but the box itself will say Muggle Magic on it because I have like 100 of those laying around that I'd need to get rid of. Remember, I get a lot of ideas for these DIYs that I do from your comments. So if you have an idea for something that you want to see me do in the future, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If you're interested in seeing more DIY videos having to do with Harry Potter and more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.